Hi there. I'm going to talk to you today about autoCrat, a Google Sheets add-on for Chrome. You can get it at the Chrome store. Just Google it and then install it. Once installed, it'll drop down as your add-on and become available. autoCrat's a document merge tool. So you can create PDF or shared Google Docs, and that's what we're going to do today. I've used it for progress reports or making certificates for a number of years. It's one of my favorite Google Sheets add-on is because it's so versatile. So I'm going to show you what we're using it for with the middle school's volleyball so you can see how it works. So often when you give out a form, you're going to get tons of data back, and these are something that we want the students to be able to access and see, but it's kind of hidden if it's just in a sheet and hard to follow. So what we want to make it is a template for them. So we've come up with middle school boys volleyball goal setting template, and they have a team goal, an individual goal, personal goal, and eventually we're going to have a mid-season reflection where we want to have a space available for us to comment and edit and track these goals over time. So what we need to do is set up our template. So kind of similar to how we use Formula, we're going to use tags. And what you want to do is between the tags is just put the header of what you're putting in there. So I would just go ahead and copy and paste in my template where I want the data to be placed, and you can format it in font and everything, and it'll just go ahead and keep the formatting that you put into your template. So the template is a Google Doc to start with, so you can create any Google Doc and throw your tags in. And I've had these very intricate with 10s or 20 tags, and it seems to always work, and it's a great tool in that, and it's so robust. So going forward, once we have our template set, we also want to have a place for these documents to go. So we need to have a folder as well. So that's going to be our destination folder. So step one, create your template. Step two, have your destination folder where these documents will be placed after they've been merged. So we're going to go into the actual application and show you how that works. So like any add-on, just go and select it and launch the tool. So we're going to create a new job. So I'm going to choose a template from my drive. And it'll be one of the first ones we worked on. So what is going in is it's going into the document and looking for these tags. So I just have their name and 3 tags from this one. But it's going to go there and pick those out and try to automatically match them up the best it can. So what we want to do is make sure those tags are matched and just do a double check. So this is what it thinks it's matching, and this is the column that it wants to match up. Remember, the column is from our Google sheet here. So maps a column, check, team goal is mapping. One thing to note is try not to put any question marks on the end of your forms. For whatever reason, it seems to mess with the application. Personal skill goal. So our tags are mapped. We're good to go. If for whatever reason it was wrong, we could go in and change the one it's mapping if you made an error in the template or for whatever reason. So we're ready to go. Our tags are here, so that's everything that came off of our Google Sheet. So those were available, and I'll show you that tool in a bit. So I want to name these based on the student name first. So I'm going to fetch a tag here. So I'm going to say name, copy it, and that's how I'm going to name each of my documents. I'm going to make a Google Doc, and we're going to go with multiple outputs. So that's going to make a document for each student. A single output is if maybe you're doing a homework check or whatever you're making. You can make one giant document, so then you can print it a little bit easier if you wanted to do that instead. So my folder is going to be, I'm going to choose a different folder as my destination. It's going to be middle school volleyball team goals. And that's the one. So Cancel. Oops. It was on the right one. It's smarter than I am. So I'm going to go ahead and select that folder. So dynamic folder references if you wanted to sort your mail merges into two piles. So let's say we're doing sending out test reports, and the ones that retested versus didn't retest, you could put them in different folders, for example. We don't need that for this job, so we're going to say next. Set merge conditions. Sometimes maybe you don't want to send the data for every row, so you could have another column that just says yes or no, and then you could have a conditional merge that would merge the data depending if you wanted it to or not. But we don't need that because we're going to be merging all of these. So we're going to be sharing this document as a editable document because we're going to eventually review these goals in the mid-season review. So we're going to select that. No. So again, we can use tags in our mail that we want to. So we're going to send it to their email address. So we can put that in there. I'm going to CC assistant coach and middle school football goal setting. Hi. I'll put their name in there. Okay, so once we're set, and you can put more, and you can put any one of these tags inside your email as well. But since we're communicating through the documents, I just want them to go directly there. So once we're set with our email and we have who it's sending go to and everything set, we can go to next. So form trigger, you can set if maybe you set the form up in advance, and every time someone submits to the form, you want to give a digital receipt. So for example, I ran something called Science Games Day, and every time a team signed up, it sent an automatic autoCrat, sending back their information in their certificate for the competition on an automatic form trigger. So we don't need any of that, so we're just going to go ahead and save that, and then we can get ready to run this autoCrat. So it does take a few minutes, so I'm going to skip forward in the video here. It's going to save, and then we're going to run. Okay, once it's created the job, we can go ahead and press the play button, and if you screwed anything up, you can edit it, or if you're running it multiple times and something changed, you can go ahead and edit the job or just view the details again to make sure you got everything right. So we're going to go ahead and run the job. What it's going to do, kind of like Formule, is going to add columns at the end of your sheet, and it's going to make a receipt for each of those emails that have been sent. So let's go ahead and run it. So I can see those columns being generated by autoCrat. So it's already decided that we have 32, which makes about sense, minus the header row. And then it's just going to work its way through sending all of those and gathering the data, putting it on the template and sending it out to the people that was listed in the email. So we've already seen one document run, so we can go ahead and check to make sure everything's working and see what's happening. So I'm going to go back to the folder where they're sending them to. So what we should see here is the first one. So this is AHEM's goal setting. And the documents will just appear in the folder as it chugs its way through. So autoCrat has gone ahead and merged 5 of the 32, so it'll just keep working, but we can go see what's going on in the meantime. So let's go to that folder and we'll check out this document here. So what it's done is taken the name and named it and merged in the team goal, the individual goal, and the personal goal to go along with it. And if we check the share settings, it should be shared with 2 people, the other coach and the student himself. So that's autoCrat. It's going to continuously work in the background. Nothing really else to show you, but this is a very versatile document for taking data from a sheet and making it in a usable way. So definitely check it out. And if you have any questions, let me know and send me an email. Thanks for watching.